It's Thursday. That means I got paid today. There was this mishap where half of my money just went missing on my way home from work. I did not count it before I left work, but my grandma was sure that she counted 11 20s, and when I got home, there were 6. Still haven't found those other 5 20s, but I did get 5 more 20s from Grandma. So when I do find them, I have to give them back to her. I was going to record another video yesterday instead, but I forgot. Like, totally, entirely forgot. And now, I have half an hour before bed. Well, like, my lights are going to go down again, like they did at the end of my last video. And that means I'm supposed to be in bed. So, I have to get in the shower. It's Sunday, June 30. For the record, that means it's been 10 days since I recorded the first part of this video. Because, wow, am I lazy? I've decided I want this video to be about how I spent nearly $60 on clothes since my birthday. It all started on June 17th, 13 days ago. On June 17th, I wrote a budget. This isn't unusual. I've written a new budget a couple of months after starting a new job every time since my first job when I was 16. This time, I tried to base it around my actual spending habits rather than ideal spending I wish I could afford to emulate. I've done this before too, but this time I'm determined, and I'm making more money than I was the last time that I unsuccessfully tried to budget based on my real spending. On the budget, I have a category for buying myself clothing. At some point, I decided that $15 a week was a reasonable number to set aside for clothing. Just based on how often I need to buy clothing, how much good quality clothing actually costs, and how much money I'm making. So that means that I set aside about $60 a month for clothing. And that doesn't mean that I go out every month and buy $60 worth of clothing or materials to make clothing or tools to make clothing. It just means that when I need to go out and buy a new shirt, if it's been a month since my last clothing purchase, I have $60 that I can go and spend on a shirt that is high quality, ethically sourced, produced, whatever. Now, I mentioned on the 20th that Thursday is my payday. On Friday, my favorite YouTuber, The Stitchery, posts videos. And on the 21st, she posted a video about whether buying new bedsheets was cheaper by the square foot than buying 60-inch wide yardage, because for some reason she is against buying 45-inch wide yardage, which makes sense.
And the conclusion was basically that unless you have like a fabric thrift store, it probably is cheaper, that is. And she does live near enough to a fabric thrift store, but I don't. Sorry, I wrote down what I wanted to say because I didn't think that I phrased it well the first 20 times I tried to record this video. Okay, now Tuesday is my town day. We shop at Walmart and sometimes Dollar General Market. On the 25th, we did not shop at Dollar General Market. And Grandma said that she didn't want to keep going to the bank every week. So she gave me my pay for that week in advance so that I could make my deposit and we won't have to go to the bank this Tuesday. This resulted in my clothing budget containing $60. That's the whole amount for the month, as I hadn't bought anything counted under clothing yet this month. With $60 burning a hole in my budget and the knowledge fresh in my mind that bedsheets are cheaper than yardage, I hightailed it to the home goods section to look for something I could make clothes out of. I settled on a set of king-sized jersey sheets. My place. And it cost just over $30. And it made me think of a pattern that I wanted to try. You know, not right when I saw it. I just bought it because it was kind of mid-range for what mid-range price for the what sheets they had there. I mean, I actually didn't think of that pattern that I could make with it until after I got it home. It's this pattern, by the way. It's the Stitchery's favorite pattern. And where was I? Now I knew king-sized sheets would be, a whole king-size sheet set would be way too much to make one dress. But queen size sheets are the most expensive by the yard. I mean, not by the yard, by the foot, square foot. And I wasn't confident that full-size sheets would be enough. Much less twin-sized sheets, which would be the cheapest by the square foot. Now, on Friday, June 28, the Stitchery posted a video about a quick and easy summer sewing project for knit fabric. So now I know what to do with the leftover sheets after my hoodie dress. Which, I say hoodie dress, like the pattern doesn't have a hood, but this Stitchery has a video about how she added a hood to that pattern. So I plan to watch that probably a couple million times this week while I'm doing my hoodie dress version. Anyway. So the next time I'm in front of a camera, I will hopefully be working on that. But mostly, I wanted to say that the other $30, like the pattern cost $10, and then I had to spend like $12 getting myself some clips, because I'm not gonna just use pins. I had to buy clips and some hand sewing needles, because buying hand sewing needles is cheaper than buying all of the machine sewing needles and all of the machine feet that I would need to do this project. Anyway, so I will see you when my needles arrive. It's Friday! I did say that the next time I'm on camera, it would be after my package arrived, and it did arrive this morning, but I can't make it about my package because it is just too damn nice out. So instead, I'm just going to frolic for a bit and edit this later to a manageable amount of frolicking, and then later I can work on my sewing project.
Mommy.
Okay, it's in the frame now. Hi. You here to watch Mommy do cartwheels? Yeah, you don't need to watch them so close. Don't push Mommy over. Yeah. I'm getting out of practice. I need to frolic more often. Hi. Oh yeah. And I'm gonna have to edit this video so that my daughter isn't in it. But I couldn't just go outside and frolic without her. No, I couldn't. There's no way I can do this without you. Be here without you. There's no way I can do this without you. Make it without you. Be here without you. It's no fun when you're doing it solo. With you it's like whoa. Yeah, and I know I own this dream, 'cause I got you with me. There's no way I could do it without you. Make it without you. Be here without you. Yes, I did watch Austin and Ally when I was a kid. Don't throw shade. What are you here for?
You here to block the camera? Oh.
Bah. Bah. Come here.
I think you got tick. Oh, it's not a tick. It's just dirt. What you got dirt under your chin for?
Bah.
That's a step. Step.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday. Today and yesterday I made 2 decisions that I have been considering for a while, but in the end it was just a in the moment kind of thing. The first decision, I rearranged my living room. The couch is now facing the back wall, which has the mantelpiece on it, and I haven't figured everything else out yet. That's the rug though. And the second was I finally bought myself a camera so that I could have storage separate from my phone to record my vlog on, because this month's installment is getting pretty long and I only have like 16 minutes of recording on my phone. Now, I know that I said the next time I was on camera, I would be talking about my progress on my sewing project. Well, the sewing project that I was talking about then, I got as far as cutting the pattern out. But I was going to trace the pattern, and before I can do that, I need to iron the pattern, the paper that I'm going to trace it onto, because it's wrinkly. And before I can do that, I need to be able to have power at my kitchen table so that I can iron it on the kitchen table, because it won't fit on the counter. But I did work on a different project. That different project would be this. This is a dress that is really simple to make. You're supposed to make it in a knit fabric, and it's supposed to be a no-sew dress, but all I had was an old fitted sheet that I didn't have the match to, and it works pretty well in woven, but I'm gonna have to bind the edges with bias binding. So most of what I've been doing is making bias tape. And I haven't done that in a couple of days because I have just been distracted with other things.